Traders to another pre-market analysis. First things first, let's look at the news. This week we have NFP Friday. As per protocol, we don't take any trades after London session on Wednesday. And usually NFP we're looking for pretty much like a volatile week in price action. All right, so let's jump into the chart. Looking at the dollar index on the weekly, if you look, we're still inside of this fair value gap here. Okay. Doesn't look like much, but if you drop down to a daily, pretty much just consolidating inside of this gap. Alright, so just notate that there. I'm going to delete this, kind of clean up the charts. Alright, so if we look here, completely filled in this void here, right? And then we also have this one as well. So pretty much price was just this week bouncing between these two price voids, right? We did react off of this order block here. Alright, so as I've been saying, there's a lot of liquidity up here. With NFP this week, I would like to see price drop down. If you go to a 4-hour, oh, there we go. Alright, let's take these off. If we drop down to a 4-hour, this week we just literally been consolidating. We did have a break of market structure. If you look on the hourly, you can see that. That's why we're pretty much consolidating upwards, I would say. Still bullish institutional order flow. All down closed candles were supporting price. Here. Like I said, there's a lot of liquidity up here. Price bounced off consequent encroachment of this void here. We have equal highs up here. So pretty much we're just building liquidity on both sides. But if you look at it from this high to this low here, we're just in a range. I like this because to me, consolidating just means, especially on a higher time frame, it's just we're going to get an explosive move. So we can expect some, maybe NFP will give us the volatile news that we need to hopefully push us to the upside. I'm still favoring the upside on dollar. I would like price to potentially probably drop down. If we look, current range on the 4-hour, I'll look from here to here. Pretty much in a premium right now inside this range, so I would like it to come to a discount, clean up some of this liquidity down here, and then push higher. It's kind of what I'm looking for. So like I said, I'm still favoring more upside on dollar to take out all these highs. Besides that, dollar higher and foreign currency lower. And I just wanted to show a trade. I really don't do this. I kind of don't like when traders do this because I would rather see a live execution of their trades. I just forgot to record this one, but I did take this trade. It was actually a really nice trade. If you're in the 2022 ICT mentorship, this is right out of his YouTube videos. So pretty much caught GBP up here, wrote it all the way down. The reason why I wrote it so far, I actually took partials because if you look here, I used this range right here. Let me grab it. I used this range here and I took partials at the 50%, but I let it ride, and actually it was a 1 to 16.8 trade. If I would have let it ride completely, I took a 0.5% on this one. Came out to be like a $10,000 trade. Nothing too crazy, I guess. But the reason why I wrote it down so far and held on to this trade is because I was looking for it to hit this order block right here, which it did right there. So about 107 pips. Right down to there. Then I closed. I want to say I took 20% at the 50 mark, and then another 20 here. So I'm letting pretty much like 60% ride. Like I said, I'm favoring more downside on foreign currency. I'm favoring more upside, and so we'll see what happens. I'll probably take a little bit more off depending on how the opening happens on the week. But if you go back to the 4 hour, so let's just go into this trade real quick. I just want to break it down and show you what I was looking at. Okay, so here you'd have to check it out yourself, but I saw SMT divergence here. GBP was pushing higher, Euro wasn't, and dollar wasn't pushing lower. So I saw this as SMT divergence. So I was looking for a sell-off in London. If you go down to the 15 minute, like I said, just right outside of ICT's mentorship, we have all this built-in liquidity here, just pretty much pressing higher, pressing higher. Everyone who thought that this was the top, all retail, is probably selling, 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 and they just keep pushing higher, pushing higher. So we get this high here, and if you look, so this indicates midnight. The blue line is the opening price at midnight. So with London session, we're looking for a Judas swing to the upside if we're bearish, to go lower, and we're looking to take a short above or at the opening price. But as per ICT's mentorship, obviously we can see here on the 15 minute, I think he goes down to the 5 minute to talk about this, but I think we might have to go down. There we go. So if we go down to the 5 minute, alright, so we have liquidity here that was taken out. Let me get rid of these. Alright, so liquidity was purged here. And then we broke structure here to the downside. If we look at 3 a.m., I want to say news came out this day. I can't really remember. Price pushed back up above the opening price. And I actually, this right here, I think it was in the 2 minute. Bam. If we go down to the 2 minute. Actually, I think it might have been the 3. Sorry. There we go. Yep, 3 minute. We had this fair value gap here. So price reached back up into this fair value gap. If you look, we kind of almost have equal highs right here. So we pressed above that. This candle was full on bullish pretty much when I took this trade here. But we have a 6 pip stop. I put it right above this candle's body right here. I could have put it above the wick. I was just playing it a little bit tighter. But if we look at a break in structure here, came back up, hit a fair value up, and we just pressed lower and lower. Like I said, I just rode this out the entire day, pretty much all the way till about close to London close, and then it kind of just started consolidating off. Definitely a nice trade. I put it on, took partials at 50% of, go back here. If you look here, I played with this range here. So I took about 50% of the trade off here. As soon as it came down, I was looking for it to come down to the daily order block here. Took another 20% off. So I have about 30% riding. Because like I said, I still think foreign currency is going lower. So I have a 30% runner left on this trade. But yeah, like I said, right out of ICC's 2022 mentorship, took this trade. Actually pretty nice. But in conclusion, like I said, I'm still favoring more upside on the dollar and downside on foreign currency. We pretty much just been ranging the whole week. I would like to see price come up and take out this liquidity and then drop lower.